What's going on, everybody? How you doing? What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Cool, 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 cool. First and foremost, I go by the name of DJ Sandio. My name, though, is Erickson Sandoval. If you guys were here at the dance this Saturday, I was the DJ. If not, that's cool, too. So just a little bit about myself and kind of what we're doing here. I know you guys this is out of the ordinary or whatnot. Can you guys, first and foremost, give a huge round of applause to your teacher, man, for allowing me to even be here and being the coolest person that you guys probably have at this school. At this school has probably, period. I'm a DJ, I'm an entrepreneur, I am a boxer, I am a human, I am light, I shine, and I put a lot of my energy into my clothing brand, into my brand, period, which is No Steps Backwards. One of the things that I would like to have you guys take away from today is either a little bit of motivation or a little bit of knowledge or just a little bit of inspiration to just kind of keep living day to day. I know there goes a lot of unspoken issues and struggles amongst high school students. Why? Because how do I know that I was a high school student probably 7 years ago or whatnot? So I'm not that much older than you guys. I'm only 24 years old. I turn 25 next week. So this is kind of like a good opportunity for you guys to kind of take away from somebody that isn't too much older than you, and I'm not just an adult telling y'all what to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that much older than you guys. The perspective doesn't change too much along the years. I'm gonna give you just like a brief introduction to me. I don't want to talk too much about myself because I do want to get to the Q&A. So first and foremost, I was born in Guasave, Sinaloa, Mexico. I'm an immigrant. I came to this country when I was 7. I moved straight to Richmond at 7, and then I moved to Oakland when I was 13. I started high school at Ohio. I graduated from Ohio in 2015. Humble beginnings, brick houses, dirt roads, beans and rice every day, lunch, breakfast, and dinner, you know. So I'm not too much different than most of y'all. And I'd like to kind of take the chance to give y'all the opportunity also to kind of, like I said, as somebody that's not too far from your perspective and not too far from your shoes. Ask somebody that question that could kind of keep it a buck with y'all. I've been working since I was 12, 11, taking chickens' heads off, landscaping, gardening, you name it, whatever I could get my hands on. I know my moms didn't have it, so all that stuff is for the birds, though. I really want to get into this Q&A and talk with y'all and just kind of have a really good, deep conversation. My man's just shaking his head no, like I'm gonna pick on you. That you're the first person I'm gonna have ask a question. So yeah, no steps backwards. No steps backwards is a mentality. No steps backwards is value and honorable. You could call it moral that I've had since I was a child. You know what I mean? The reason why I didn't give up, the reason why I kept going, the reason why I got myself up in the morning even though I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? No steps backwards is a mentality, you know what I'm saying? It's being kicked down, but you still that rose that came up out that concrete, you know what I'm saying? Without the water, without the food, without the love, you know what I'm saying? But you still came up out that concrete and you still blossomed into something beautiful. No steps backwards is planting a seed, watering it every single day. You know what I'm saying? Watering it every single day. Watching that tree grow little by little, you giving that tree love, you giving that tree water, food, nourishment. You know what I mean? Watching it grow. And until those fruit from that tree is what feed your hustle now. You know what I'm saying? That's what no steps backwards is that mentality. Not allowing your environment to determine your outcome. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, do we have any aspiring artists, any aspiring athletes, any aspiring designer entrepreneurs in these bleachers here today, by any chance? Any aspiring creatives? We got one. Anybody else? We got two. I know y'all creative in some type of way, man. I need a little more interaction. We don't got no creative individuals in here. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're the next Kanye West, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're the next LeBron, the next, the next DJ Sandio. Shoot, hey, I like that one. Ari, could I get the mic real quick? I'm gonna just skip into the Q&A. I don't like talking about myself too much. If you ask me something about me, I'm gonna answer the question, but I feel like I'm just like, talking about myself is not one thing that I like to do too much. First, let me introduce our beautiful intern. Everybody, could you give a warm round of applause for Araceli, please? She is only 14 years old, yo. She's 14 years old, and she's helping us out with this beautiful production. She's our intern. Shout out Maven Mayhem. Maven Mayhem is the production team that you see here today. Could you also give them a round of applause, please? This is about $40,000-$50,000 worth of equipment that you see here today in production that we got going on, you know what I mean? So this is dope. When I was in high school, I didn't get a chance to kind of like have little seminars like this, so it's dope. You went to Edna Brewer. Yeah, exactly. Araceli, can you hand my man's right here with the Fly Jordans? Can you hand him the mic real quick? Right here to the right. Right here. Yep, grab the mic. Right here with the on the right. With the Jordans, man. You the one with the Jordans, with the Fly Jordans. Araceli, right here on the right. Fly Jordans. There you go. Look, he even look, he stuck his foot out like I got clean Jordans too. First and foremost, anybody that got the mic, I want you to say your first name and how old you is. You mentioned that, you're kind of like getting into the creative route. I want you to speak on that.
All right.
Put your mask down so that they can see your face.
My name is Isaiah. I'm 15 years old, and I aspire to be a music artist when I'm older. I started making music when I was about, last year, so like when I was 14. And I'm just trying to work really hard at it. Like,
what type of music are you trying to get into?
Rap music, obviously. Yeah. Not obviously, but
yeah, you never know. You might be with the singing and stuff,
But yeah, rap music.
Production or more like the artistry?
Both.
Both?
Both,
okay.
for sure. Yeah.
That's dope. But so me personally, I started making beats when I was 18. I started DJing first. I started DJing when I was 14, and then I got into the beats when I was 18, 19. And I've worked with folks from here from Oakland, from Trail Youngins to Project Papa to Leaky Bow to Mr. Fab to a couple other names, G Molly, Maj Pharrell, and other names I can't name right now, but keep at it, man. What is something that you do every day to make sure that you're on top of that?
Every day, I always stay just writing everything. Doesn't matter like when I'm in school, when I'm at home, just in my head, when I'm walking. I'll just think of something. I like freestyling, especially with friends. So I just like to stay on top of my writing game because it's fun to me, and it's something that like I will be willing to work hard at. So yeah.
And at that point, it's not really work, right? Because you're having fun with it.
Right.
Do we have anybody else that's in the creative realm? Whether even if you into lashes or if you into painting, I know people that know how to do henna tattoos. I know people that know how to draw, or they know how to. Anybody, just raise your hand up and you get 10 extra credit points. I know a lot of y'all need it. Come on now. Somebody raise your hand. Bro with the Jordans, yeah, you probably wanted to say something. You got a nice little fit on, so you got some type of creative background. Name, how old you is, and then kind of like what you into.
Um, my name is Nazareth Johnson, and I find creative the way I present myself, and it's kind of hard to like think with the microphone in my face. But it's I find like how I like show myself to other people to be like a sense of art, because you can really give off who you are just by showing people like what you look like and how you present yourself and all that jazz.
Y'all give it up for Nazareth for volunteering one time, man. And the fact that you said Nazareth is dope to me. Because, for example, when I was a kid, I didn't really like saying Erickson. You know what I mean? Because we got kind of wild, outlandish names. You know what I mean? To the common person. But you should be proud of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's good that you're doing that. That's prideful. You feel me? And people are only gonna respect that because that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I could say, man, is be yourself. Don't try to pretend to be something that you're not. When I was in high school, I used to always pretend to be something that I wasn't. Why? Because I didn't see people like me around me. There's not every day that you meet an immigrant, you know what I'm saying? So it's not every day that you meet a Nazareth, you know what I'm saying? It's not every day that you meet, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's dope being an individual, you know what I'm saying? When you're an individual, that's what makes you stand out. You know, you're not amongst the crowd. You're not the 10th clown. You're not a part of the circus, you know what I'm saying? You hang around 9 clowns, you're going to be the 10th one, you feel me? So that's always dope, man. Real quick, I'd like to kind of start the Q&A. You guys are high school students. You guys have a certain perspective. You guys have certain things going on in your head that you guys don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it's because you don't want to, but it's because nobody's taking the time to ask you anything. Real quick, I'm gonna open up the forum for Q&A once again. If you guys have any questions for me, from the music stuff to the entrepreneurship stuff to the anything, you know what I'm saying? Feel free to ask away. Yes, sir. Can we get the microphone over? Where's the microphone? Nazareth, can you pass that over to my guy over there, please? Name
I'm,
and
Vin-
age.
I'm Vincent. I'm 15, and I was just wondering if you went to college, and if you didn't, if you had the choice to, would you go?
That's a very good question. No, I did not go to school. I was going to. I got accepted into UC Santa Cruz. That's where I was gonna go. And then I got real comfortable once they accepted my admission, and I lost it. Amongst a bunch of other people also, because basically that year Santa Cruz accepted way too many people, and they had to cancel a bunch of people's admission, which is those things happen also, you know. And then also amongst the reasons why I lost a lot of motivation with the school stuff, when I was 16, I don't know if y'all heard of DACA, the whole Dream Act thing, right? So I was a dreamer, and then when I was 18, that stuff cuts off. So you go back to being an immigrant, and now you can't apply for FAFSA. FAFSA is the only reason why a lot of people get to go to school, because school is extremely expensive. So because of that, I wasn't able to go back to school, and it made me lose a lot of my motivation. And I was showing up my senior year to school at like 1 p.m. You know what I mean? Because I didn't really see the point anymore. I'm not telling y'all to do that, you know, but that was my story. Would I change it? Yes, because I feel like ultimately school isn't gonna always. I know a lot of people my age that went to school and they're not doing anything that has to do with their degree. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing anything that has to do with any other school stuff. But a lot of them tell me that the school things, it helped them with the relationships that they built, the networking. You know what I'm saying? And I could say that's one of the things that I wish I would have taken away from the school route, would be the networking, because you meet, you know, you got to think about it. You're in a facility with up to 40,000 people, you know, that you have access to. So from that aspect, yes, I wish I would have, you know, went to school. But ultimately, I kind of knew what I wanted to do. And once I learned what I wanted to do, which is be creative, do my music, and then get paid for it, monetize my passion. You know what I'm saying? How do you do that? I feel like once you figure out what your passion is, Your next step is, how do I monetize it? How do I make money off of it? How do I pay my bills and feed myself with it? Once I figured that out, it was like no steps backwards from there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the hardest part, is finding your passion. You know what I'm saying? I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, it did.
Cool.
It did.
Can you pass it over to your right, to my mans with the purple hoodie real quick? Could I get your name and your age real quick, brother?
My name is Blixa, and I'm 14.
Tell me your name again?
Blixa?
Blixa?
Yeah.
Good to meet you, brother.
Good to meet you too.
What is something that you're passionate about?
I don't really know.
What are you into?
Like soccer,
Position do you play?
center back.
My DJ partner right here is a great soccer player. He'll beat you.
No.
That's what I'm talking about, friendly competition. I say that because I feel like you should surround yourself around people that push you. You know what I'm saying? Like if I just say, oh, Blixa, yeah, that's cool. Like, how did I just help you? You know what I'm saying? It's like some type of motivations. Hang around people that are gonna push you in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, I'd like to ask y'all a question. Let's pass the mic around, and I want whoever has the mic, I'd like you to answer this question. What is your biggest fear? And I want y'all to be honest. I know it's a difficult question. Can y'all pass it to my man right here, please?
My biggest fear is going through life without making a change or without having an impact on anybody. Like, I was chose to be in this life, and I want to be here. I want to make an impact, and I want to change somebody else's life. So, yeah, my biggest fear is not doing that.
Tell me your name again.
Isaiah.
Y'all give it up for Isaiah one time, man. For real. That's real. Anybody else? Go ahead. Name and age.
My name's Dante. I'm 14, and my biggest fear is not becoming my best self. Like, I want to be in a position where I feel confident, and I could feel like I could go out in the world and do anything, literally anything. And that's my biggest fear is not becoming that.
Who's next? Raise your hand. Y'all give it up for Dante for participating also, man. That's big. Let me get another hand. Yes, sir. Nazareth.
Nazareth again. My biggest fear is not leaving anything behind. Like, you can't live forever, and it's not a guarantee that you will be here for as long as you can. So I want to be able to leave like a legacy behind, or something that'll just show that I made a difference in the people that I left with.
Y'all give it up for Nazareth also, man. Before we go on to the next one, I'd like to just thank you three gentlemen for stepping up and doing that. That takes a lot of courage. I talk about fear because it's important. Mike Tyson talks about fear. I don't know if y'all know anything about boxing, but I know y'all know Mike Tyson, right? He talks about fear a lot because he talks about how that was the reason why he was able to really take people's heads off when he was in the ring. I'm afraid right now, you know what I'm saying? This is my second class. This is the first day that I've ever done something like this. I've never done a open forum speech with, any class ever in my life, but I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Am I nervous? Yes. Do I know exactly what I'm doing? No, I do not. I have half the idea of what I'm doing, but I'm here doing it, figuring it out, and getting my feet wet. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it takes. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to start a clothing brand and go to the flea market. You know what I'm saying? And sell your shirts for $10. You know what I'm saying? Stopping people like, hey, bro, I got some. I see you got the ones. I got the blue with the white NSB going right now. Come check me out. Da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to do those things. You have to be willing to start from nothing. You know what I mean? And because that's how you're gonna start. You're gonna start from nothing, and nobody's gonna believe you in the beginning. And no, you know. But the main thing is believing in yourself. You know what I'm saying? How could I come up in here and start preaching to y'all no steps backwards, and I don't even know what no steps backwards is? You know what I'm saying? I didn't live it. You know what I'm trying to say? So what y'all three just did, that initiative that y'all just took to speak, that's what y'all need to be exercising and get better at. You know what I'm saying? Because that right there is what's going to get you in the building. You know what I'm saying? That right there is what's going to start that conversation, spark that conversation. You know what I'm saying? You believed in yourself, Nazareth, enough to be like, let me get this mic. Let me stick my foot out like this because my Jordans is cleaner than his. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that initiative, you feel me, that got you with the mic right now? You know what I'm saying? Keep doing that, keep exercising that, because that's what's gonna make people believe in you. No one's gonna believe in you in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you believe in yourself, that self-belief is gonna transpire into others. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna get people behind you, and they're gonna say like, oh man, like I wanna get behind him because I wanna push him because he knows what he's doing. The majority of people that you see do not have a clue what they're doing. Let me tell you that right now. The majority of people you see on stage, the majority of people you see in the limelight, they don't know what they're doing. But they're there. They're like, like I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid. Even though they are afraid, but they're using that fear, they're using that as fuel. You know what I'm saying? I'm an amateur boxer. I got 3 fights under my belt. Is the other guy trying to take my head off? Hell yeah. Am I trying to take his off? Hell yeah. Am I afraid? Are we both afraid? Hell yeah. We're both scared. You know what I'm saying? But it's that fear, you got to be able to get up in there and start doing what you're doing, because if you don't, your head gone. And it hurts to get hit in the face. I don't know if y'all ever been hit in the face. It doesn't feel good. You know what I'm saying? So you learn through life's punches. You learn through life's hurdles. That's what teaches you. That's what's going to put you down and help you build that callus. You know what I'm saying? Because, for example, you're going to step out and you're going to put yourself out there, and somebody's going to turn you down. I'm going to tell you that right now. Somebody's going to look at you and be like, you're not worth anything. And that day, you're going to feel the worst. I'm going to tell you that right now. You know what I mean? You're going to feel like, damn, if that man don't believe in me, don't nobody believe in me. But that's not fact. That's one person. You know what I'm saying? One door closes, 6 more open. You know what I'm saying? So don't think just because you get one no that everybody's finna tell you no. You know what I'm saying? Don't think if you go to a studio and you're like, oh man, yeah, I'm a rapper this, I'm a rapper that. Ain't nobody finna throw you a free beat. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the game. But that's when you go pay your dues. Why you not gonna throw me a free beat? You see how many projects I'm on? I got bop, resume. Oh shoot. Oh, look at you. Okay. I'm going to give you 20 beats. You know what I'm saying? That's the game. Reputation, resume, pay your dues. You know what I'm saying? What stripes you got to talk like you talking? You know what I'm saying? Is you stepping like how you talking? Or is you just talking? You know what I'm saying? Another question. Could I get another hand for somebody that got another? Yes, ma'am. Right here. Could we get her the mic? Where the mic at? Please.
My name is Reba. I'm 15. And I just wanted to know, how old were you when you started No Steps Backward, and how did you do it?
So, tell me your name again. I'm sorry.
Reba.
Thank you, Reba. Thank you. So No Steps Backwards, I started in 2017. I'm 25. I turned 25 next week. I was 17. I was 19. When actually, now that, let me tell you that little story, right? I used to work for Wells Fargo. I used to work at Wells Fargo right here on Fruitvale and MacArthur. I worked there for 2 years, from when I was 18 to when I was 20. People used to get at me all the time, like all the older people, like, what, you're too young to work at a bank, you know, and I used to get on my nerves, right? So I'll be right there as a bank teller depositing $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in cash. and I'm getting paid $12.25 an hour. You know what I'm saying? That hurt my soul. So one day, there was a client coming in. She had a black shirt, right? This No Studs Backwards logo right here. This is the original logo. And when this lady walked in, she had a plain black, it was a dude or a woman, I can't recall. But he came in with a plain black tee, and I saw that logo on his shirt. The shirt was blank. The shirt, it was just a black shirt, you know what I mean? But I saw that logo in white right here, like this. Like how her logo is on her hoodie, like I saw it in white on his shirt. But it was blank. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I saw. And for whatever reason, I saw it exactly like how it is right here. That's exactly how I saw it. And that same day, I'm like, okay, I need to create this. As soon as I got off work, I went straight to my computer. I went on defont.com, which anybody can go to. If you want to create a logo, if you want to create anything, a flyer, whatever, defont.com, DAFONT.com, or fontspace.com. I went in there, went through hella fonts, all types of stuff, and I had like a little cheap version of Photoshop. And that same day, I recreated the logo, or I created the logo, really. And the No Studs Backwards just kind of came from how I was already feeling, which was like, I'll use an example that I used in the previous class. I was going through something, I can't recall, and I was looking at how high of a mountain it felt like. How hard of a climb it felt like it was going to be, that struggle, right? But then I turned around and I looked at all the mountains and all the hills and all the hurdles that I've seen and that I've been through in my past. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, it made this mountain seem a lot smaller. You know what I'm saying? So then that's where the No Studs Backwards mentality came. It's like, I'm not going to step back and go backward through all this, you know what I'm saying? I done already been through it. This right here is easier, you know what I'm saying? And if anything, you know, looking and doing that self-reflection allowed this to no longer seem as tough. And that's where like the No Studs Backwards mentality came from. So once I saw it in my head, I don't know, I've always been a visionary. I've always seen things before they came into fruition. And I guess that's what it takes. You have to be able to see things. You have to be able to see the final product before it's there. And I guess that's the hardest part. You know what I mean? But kind of teaching yourself how to see things before they're there. You have to be able to paint the picture. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to record the record before you actually write the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to hear it. You know what I'm saying? That's where No Studs Backwards came and how I did it. And we're 5 years strong. 5 years strong and growing little by little, you know, just No Studs Backwards. And as long as it's every single day that we're progressing, that's all I'm worried about.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you. Can I get another hand? We'll keep it lit with the questions. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Harper. I'm 14, and I was wondering if you always knew what you wanted to do when you grew up?
No. So I didn't really figure that out until like a couple years ago. I spent a lot of my life in like high school like doing things for other people and like doing things to please other people that I kind of wish that I would have started pleasing Erickson first, like earlier than I did in my life. I didn't start doing what Erickson wanted to do until like 21. You know what I mean? Kind of like 2021 when I started No Studs Backwards, and when I said, man, like I'm gonna forget about everybody else and I'm gonna just focus solely on me. That's when when kind of everything started going up. Remind me your question one more time. I'm sorry.
Sorry, this mic is making me very stressed. I was wondering if you always knew what you wanted to do.
If I always knew that, okay. I dibbled and I always say you got to dib and dabble and taste everything. That's kind of what I say that I did. You know, before I started boxing, I was swimming. You know what I mean? Before I was swimming, I was playing soccer. You know what I mean? Before I started writing and rapping on my own music, I started making beats. Before I started making beats, I started DJing. Before I started DJing, I started doing videography. Before I started doing videography, I started doing photography. Before I was doing photography, I was cutting hair. You know what I mean? It's like kind of all over the place. But you kind of go around tasting, and then eventually you're able to, okay, I like the salt from here. I like the garlic powder from here. I like the Lowry's from here. You know what I'm saying? I like the ribs, so I'm finna come and compile all this together and make this dish. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of like, I always say you gotta taste, go out and try different things. You know what I mean? Go start archery, go play tennis, go take some pictures, go talk about life, go do some spoken word, go do, you know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, the first thing that you do, you're not gonna like that for the rest of your life. It takes a while to find your passion, you know, and you're gonna have multiple passions, and it's okay to have multiple passions. You should, you know what I mean? So I didn't always know what I wanted to do. I kind of just recently figured it out, and I want to do what I love and get paid for it. You know what I mean? And I feel like ultimately that's kind of like, the last class kept talking about success, like, oh, are you, success, like, how do you see success or things like that? But it's like, success is a mentality and it's also subjective. You know what I mean? Because what's success to you might not be what's success to me. You know what I'm saying? So what makes you happy might not make me happy. So you might reach success before I do, and I might have more money than you. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're successful. So don't define success off of a dollar amount. You know what I'm saying? Success is about how happy you truly are. Because the majority of the guys that you're seeing in the limelight with all the chains and with all the cameras flashing next to them, they're not happy. You know what I'm saying? They're all, smiling all pretty and stuff, but they're doing something that somebody else wants them to do. You know what I mean? So are you truly happy? Are you doing what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? You're in the limelight, you're looking pretty, but it's like you sold your soul for the dollar amount. You're no longer doing what you're passionate for, what you want to do when you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Luckily with my brand, I've been able to do things like this. I'm not getting paid for this, you know what I'm saying? But I get something out of, when you guys are my age, 30, 40 or something, and then you guys are talking about, y'all remember that speech, that dude came by and I was playing with your knee and you was playing with mines and we was, being, little 14-year-old kids and stuff, but y'all took something from that. That's what makes me feel, like I did something with myself. You know what I'm saying? And y'all gonna remember no steps backwards from there, and then that's kind of like the legacy that we're talking about, that we're leaving behind. You know what I'm saying? I'm also afraid of that, One of my fears is squandering all the struggle, that whole immigration thing, coming over here for no reason. You know what I'm saying? A little context to that, I was snuck through the border going with a bunch of different families. My mom got married, she finessed the game. Got married, got her green card, and then paid for me to get snuck through the border. You feel me? So she took me through, they dropped me off with this family and was like, this your uncles, this your cousin, this your boom. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then they took me to another family. These your uncles, this your aunt, this your cousin. Then they took me to another family, and then they was like, oh, this your cousin. I'm like, damn, I got hella cousins and hella aunties, you feel me? So I'm like, I'm lit, you feel me? So, and then eventually I got through the border, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when moms picked me up and was like, yeah, they not your cousins, they not your aunties. Like, they was just telling you that. So I'm like, oh, shoot, but I'm just 7, you feel me? I don't know no better. So, yeah, man, this is an opportunity that was given to me through a relationship that I built 4 or 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Treat people like how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's kind of one message that I could give to y'all, also a piece of game, for real. Because who you all in the seats right now, y'all in high school right now, right? And you guys are kind of at the same level. But when you guys get to my age, one of y'all is going to be the Secretary of State. One of y'all is going to be the mayor. One of y'all is going to be a police officer. One of y'all is going to be a bum. One of y'all is going to be, and that's just facts. You know what I'm saying? I say that to say, like, keep it real with yourself. And then also, like, for everybody that is Oakland, like, this is a real, something real that I'm really about to say. You feel me? Don't take life for granted. You know what I'm saying? I used to be in classrooms just like this. If we were to all gather up as adults, 30% of them wouldn't be here because they're no longer living with us. You know what I'm trying to say? A percentage of the people in my classrooms that I was in are no longer living. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people that went to high school in Oakland could say. You know what I'm saying? So just for those who got that, I'm gonna leave it like that. If it went over your head, it went over your head. You feel me? So do we got a time check? How much time we got? 10:15. What time the class in? 10:20? You said 10:20? Okay, so we got like 5 minutes. Do we got any other questions? Could we get the mic over right here to my man?
Hello? Okay. Do you think that my name is Silas and I'm 15. Do you think that you'll love doing this for the rest of your life?
Check. Good question. Honestly, I don't know. Because I feel like I guess I hope so. And that's just that's me being truthful, because what you're passionate about right now is like, I don't know if I'm gonna be passionate about this 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like your life doesn't really start until you become an adult. You know what I mean? Because then you have full control over your actual circumstances. So it's like I've only been living for like 5 years. You know what I mean? At least that's how I feel. So I don't know. I've been finding my passions through boxing, music. Music has always been in me. All my brothers do music. Oh, I'm my dad's 10th child, by the way. Random fact. Wasn't caught. So my dad's a musician, my mom's a musician, all my brothers are musicians. The music stuff is in me, so it's always been an outlet for me to kind of like create my therapy and kind of, alongside with the boxing. The boxing is a big way that I was able to let out my frustrations. So those are two of my passions that I currently feel. I hope that I could be passionate for them. I hope that passion doesn't die down ever. But I don't know. You know what I mean? I feel like when you speak on certain things that are gonna happen in the future, it's like, I don't know. You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I might wake up and like carpentry. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's what I'm gonna get into. If that's really what comes down to it. Whatever my heart is leading me towards, that's what I'm finna go towards. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, that's what you gotta listen to. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a room and you're like, you should probably leave. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a room and you're like, wow, like this is what I want to do, like this is lit, like I want to know more, I want to ask, things like that, then that's where you want to be, because you're feeding that light that's inside you. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else with a hand? Come on, one more question, somebody, go back, take it back to Nasser. Go for it. Yo.
I have a question. Out of me in Isaiah's shoes right here, who's this cleaner?
That's a hard question. Let's see, both of y'all come over here and we'll figure it out as a team. Let's see. Let's get a vote going. Come on. Let's get a vote going. Come over here, though. Come over here. Oh, because we got some low tops and we got some high tops. See, that matters. See, I don't know. Y'all come over here. Let's see. What y'all think? Stand side by side. All right. So we're going to go by round of applause, all right? If you think that Nazareth got the better Jordans, can we get a round of applause, please? Okay. There you go. All right. Now, if y'all think that Isaiah got the better Jordans, what y'all think? Uh-oh. Ah. Hey, I think you got the better Jordans, my guy. I think that's it. Y'all give a round of applause for Isaiah and Nazareth, man. Good sports. Good sports. It's all love. Let's take a picture, yo. We got 1 minute. I'd like to just give it a one time for yourselves for being a good crowd, man. Round of applause, please, for being an incredible crowd. Come over here real quick so we can take a picture. And also, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, y'all can follow me on Instagram by taking a picture of one of them QR codes right there over on the bottom, or you could type in NSB_Sandio on Instagram.